All right, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on whatever time zone you're watching me from. This blessed Monday afternoon here in Nigeria. As you guys know, it's our Monday market review session, and we're going to be looking at the markets with an aim at coming up with trade ideas or trade sentiments for the rest of the trading week. All right. With that said, I also want to say that if you're watching this right now, you're currently not one of our clients here at FBS. You really should consider clicking the link in the description and signing up for an account ASAP. All right, because we have a host of goodies coming your way. Like this is one of those goodies. All right, I dare say it's one of the best streams hosted by any kind of organization anywhere within the shores and outside the shores of Africa. All right. So, having said that, I want to welcome you once again. It's another Monday afternoon. All right. We're gonna just take a few minutes to wait for a few more people to join us. I want us to get the views up a bit before we get started because, as you know, once people start to join, they always want to say, "Oh, let's take it back a few steps. Let's go over this again. I came late. Can you talk about this once more?" So we're gonna just wait a few minutes. All right, let them join in, and then we would kick off the session for today. All right. Currently, we're about 40 viewers. All right, but I need us to be about 60, 70 so that we can start seamlessly. Yeah, Mr. Kudus Ajala, of course, I had a very lovely weekend. I spent the weekend with family, um, you know, and also church. It was a really lovely weekend. Um, first, first weekend in August. So, what's there to complain about? Yep, we're about 40. So, I'm just going to, take a few minutes. Once we're about 60, 70 thereabouts, we'll kick off. Now, if you're watching the stream right now, I need you to click on, just like the stream. All right, make sure you do that. Please do make sure you do that. Sadiq, it's good to see you. You know how we do it. This is the Suya moment. King James Shodamola, yeah, lovely. Good afternoon. Madagu Yusuf Humphrey, good day to you as well. So if you're watching the stream right now, please click on the like button. Just keep tapping, all right? Remember I told you guys that I'm starting a TikTok soon. So consider this a rehearsal for those sessions. All right, just keep tapping on the like button. Yeah, Andrew, Jerry, good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, without further ado, I'm going to say let's get it started. All right, so remember NFP really didn't go as much as we planned or really didn't go as we planned. All right, and let me show you why. All right, because remember I've told you guys a couple of times that on these sessions, we're not just going to be trading. All right, we're also going to be learning a whole lot more. Umar Isa, good afternoon. Alfred Gunmir, oh, you love the stream. Fantastic. I hope you guys notice my new background. It's actually a very lovely stuff that we put together to ensure that you guys know exactly where you are. All right. So this is FBS and don't go nowhere. So remember, I've showed you guys a couple of times already how we work with the line charts on the daily time frame. Get our daily time frame pivots, and then from our daily time frame pivots, we're able to. Yeah, that looks like a pivot on the daily time frame. And then I told you that from there we come to the lower time frames, and then we want to see if there's an other block around that vicinity. All right, hold on. Let me zoom in a bit. Now, so in the case of GBP USD, what we had was a breaker block. All right, what we had was a breaker block. Price came back to retest it right on top of the pivot. All right, and what we had was this bullish reaction on GBP. All right, even though our sell bias or our sell sentiment on GBP USD actually played out for about 1:2, 1:3, thereabout. On Euro USD, we didn't get such a We didn't get such an opportunity. BOI, lovely to have you here. First time on my stream, DUDM Caswell. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good afternoon from Botswana. Yeah. Kunseyana. Good afternoon from Nigeria. All right, so let's look at Euro USD. Let me show you what I saw. All right. Don't worry if you find me laughing in the next few minutes, don't be surprised. I'm currently taking a drone shot and it seems like the drone might fall on me. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Region I was looking at for a sell. You can see the arrow still pointing there. And then from that region, we can see that price did a 150 pip drop. All right. So my sentiment for a sell on AUD USD was absolutely correct. And on gold as well, remember a lot of people were saying, oh, gold is going to buy, it's a buy, it's a buy, it's a buy. All right. Almost as though they were shouting, it's a buy, it's a buy, it's a buy. But you'll see that from here, gold fell about 1,050 pips. All right. Right from the zones that I marked. What's the moral lesson behind all of this is to show you that the things that I teach, all right, which are things that I use, all right, it's simply to prove to you that it actually works. All right, remember I tell you guys a couple, time and again that the system that I trade with is a system that I've been using for over 12 years now, for about 10 years now. All right. At least for the better part of the last 6 years, I've been able to put together, every bit and piece of what I do to make a more meaningful, approach to the market. So having said that and having cleared that out of the way, we're going to go now into what next. All right. So far, we've seen what has happened last week. And I believe that the reason why we're here is to, find a common ground or at least formulate a sentiment for what comes next. All right. So without further ado, let's dig right in. So we're going to start with the majors as usual. All right, we're starting with Euro USD. So let's go to the daily time frame on Euro USD. Line chart. Let's zoom in. If you can see this clearly, you'll see that this point right here, all right, looks so much like a pivot. Was touched here before it got broken. All right, it also got broken again here. And now price is about to retest it. Afternoon, Macaulay. Good afternoon. So this is our pivot zone on the daily time frame. We switch back to candlestick charts on Euro USD. And then what we want to do on the 4 hours time frame is to look for, or let me start from the daily time frame. We're looking for, where price might want to react from here. What I'm going to do from here is take a deeper look at this fair value gap. And the reason why I'm taking a deeper look at that fair value gap is because this was a break of structure. All right. I think we're back. Apologies about that. Apologies about that. Benchimo Palma. Yes, protests are ongoing in why my internet is. Oh yes. I think that settles it. Can you guys hear me now? Is it all good now? Just just confirm that for me so that I can proceed. All right. Yeah. So like I was saying, Benchimo Palma. I understand that they are protests in Kenya. The same thing is all right. apologies. I'm going to have to keep apologizing because, like I said, all right, like I said, trust me, this is completely out of my hands. All right. I wish I was the maybe president or vice president or something. I probably would have been able to fix what's going on with my internet right now, but I sincerely cannot. All right. So, guys, I'm sorry. All right. I really, 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 really am sorry. But I hope that we can get some value from the stream nonetheless. All right. So, please bear with me. All right. It's going to lag a bit, but please bear with me. Please bear with me. I'm doing my absolute best as a very humble Nigerian citizen. Don't be surprised if you catch a picture of me protesting, anyways. All right, so let's go further. So this is Euro USD liquidity getting swept from this point here that I highlighted from the arrow. All right, so what do I want to do from there? 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes. What we do is we look at what's going on those time frames. All right, we look at those time frames, and what we want to see is a solid or clear sign of a reversal. And I think I've seen what I need to see. On the 5 minutes here on Euro USD, what I'm looking for is simple. For my conservative market approach, all right, for my conservative market approach, I want to see price do this slow, all right, take it out, and then come back for a retest. All right, or alternatively, price could also do this, come to this trend line, go back up, all right, go back up, create a new higher high, all right, then follow it with a lower low, all right, and then that would be my trigger for a sell. Of course, BOI, I'm definitely going to keep teaching. So for me, my entry confirmation for this is of structure. Yes, for what I want to see on the lower time frame is structure change. All right, since we know that on the daily time frame, we're still around the vicinity of our pivot zone. All right, are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? If you're with me, just say yeah, yeah. All right, so that is for Euro USD. We're going to move on now to GBP USD. All right, GBP USD. All right, so Abraham Nelson, yes, I'm good, thank you. And you? Um, guys, trust me, if you're not a Nigerian, you probably have no idea what frustration we are dealing with right now. Okay, but don't worry, don't worry. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Revolution might take a while, but hey, Jesus, this is not a political platform. God. If you're a politician, you're watching this right now, just know I'm praying for you. I love you guys so much. Okay, I'm gonna be like you one day. All right, so let's go on. This is GBP USD daily time frame. Let's start from there. All right, so daily time frame GBP USD, let's take it one step further. Line chart. And then what we want to see is the pivot. You can see that this was the pivot I marked out on GU earlier. All right, so we'll come back here to the lower time frames and we're looking for demand zones around that region. All right, let's do 1 hour. Now, what you will notice is that GBP USD currently is, somehow has plotted this trend line. All right, has plotted this trend line, which is actually so sweet. Because what that does is that it gives us the leverage to be able to wait for a change in the structure, all right? To wait for a change of character. Because true of recent, the character of market nowadays has been bad. So that's why we wait for it to change its character and then, see what we can do about it. Abraham Nelson, Nigeria is your dream country. Wow. Don't stop dreaming, bro. Don't stop. Don't stop. Although I know you will have to wake up one day, but don't stop dreaming. All right, so this is GBP USD, and my expectation naturally is that price breaks this trend line, which means that if price does not break this trend line and this high, because you see, this high is the last straw that is likely going to break the camel's back. All right, so if you discover that price does not break this high, then just know that your next line of action is a sell. In fact, I dare say price will do this. Why am I working with that sentiment? You can see that here we have an SBR pattern, the sweep here, all right, the break here, all right, price broke it here. We have our inducement here, all right, we have our inducement here. So from this now, we know that once price clears the inducement, the induced liquidity into the supply zone, the next thing that we should see should be a drop. You get it now? Okay. All right, so that is for GBP USD. All right, we have this zone that we're watching like a thief watches the owner of the house. All right, we're just waiting for them to get to that supply zone and then we can knock it a few lots. Right. This is AUD USD. Let's move on to that one now. Because to be honest, AUD USD has been a bunch of women. Abraham Nelson, you want to meet me personally? Of course, of course, definitely. I hope that FBS has an event somewhere around you anytime soon, and then definitely, we should see, Sha. Don't let me say definitely, because I don't know. That period I might be on one of my sabbatical leaves. Abdul, any chance we can sell gold now? Jesus, Jesus. Have I mentioned anything about gold? Please don't implicate me, oh Abdul. Please, oh. We'll come to gold, all right? Don't rush. Don't rush. So this is AUD USD on the weekly time frame. This is the daily time frame. So let's see line chart. On the line chart, AUD USD. Yes, we have a zone here. I think we have one here too. All right, so price has swept all of that and reacted from this order block on the daily time frame. And I know you are tempted to say, yes, very good. I said it. AUD USD is bullish. Please run. No. Let me show you why. This happens to be a trend line, all right? And we're also seeing a typical SBR pattern here, all right? The sweep, the break, all right? The sweep, the break, and then this will become the retest. And then you can also overlap that with the Fibonacci retracement tool and discover that we have level 88 here, 88 and 76.4. So what do I expect from AUD USD? I expect this followed by this. All right. And if you understand that, you'll see that we are also going to have the 200 moving average as a confluence by the time price gets to that trend line. You get it now. So price gets to the trend line. We have the trend line resistance. We have the supply zone. We have the SBR pattern. We have the sweep of liquidity. We also have the daily pivot as a target on the higher time frame. Yusuf M. Humphrey, this takes place every week, all right, every Monday is the time to take, have a date with this very young, innocent black man, all right. All right, so I'm trying to read your comments. I'm coming, please. I'm coming, please. All right, so Euro USD and gold. Don't worry, just keep calm. We've done Euro USD already. We're going to gold now. All right, just hold on. Just hold on. All right, so this is gold, and we already saw how that gold did 1,500 pips from our analysis last week, Friday. All right, so this week, let us see what gold has in store for us. Eh, eh, ah. Mm, 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 mm. Hold on, please. So daily time frame, let's use line chart. What color is the sky? I am oh, I am oh. You tell me that it's green. All right. Hold on, let me zoom in so you can see that zone well. Un poco loco, un poquitito loco, the way you did passing. I'm not in them yesterday. I count it as a blessing. But I'm only un poco loco. All right, so we have two regions that were. Um, yes, Abraham Nelson, AUD USD is a sell. Classic Forex trade. I gave the signal, bro. All right, so we have our two zones. These are the two zones. All right. Typically, I believe that we have a demand zone here. All right, we have a demand zone here, and you can see that price is already reacting from there. So when should you join this trade? I strongly believe that gold is bullish. All right, that's what I believe. You can see that price has taken out this high, but I will not conclude yet until I've seen, either a double break of structure, all right, or a retest of this demand zone. And let me explain why. If you go to the 1 minute time frame, you see that there's a clear SBR pattern there. All right, I'll sweep, break, right? So I expect the retest to happen somewhere around here. Lord of Jesus. Mojisola Onimole. Jesus, Jesus. Lord of Rosemary. You people should not allow my wife send me packing. All right, so this is XAUUSD gold. All right, my sentiment is bullish, but I'm awaiting a retest. All right, I want to see a second test of that region. All right, and my target will be somewhere either here, although my major target is here, to be very honest. This looks like my, my major target, because we have a fair value gap there. All right, but price might also decide to make its return from somewhere around here as well. All right, so either of those two scenarios could definitely play out. Give me a minute, please. I need to take a sip of water. Okay, beautiful. So that is gold. All right, remember, we're waiting for either a double break of structure, all right, which would be price breaking above this high again, all right, and then coming to this as a demand zone. But if that does not happen, it means that this will be the immediate demand zone that price will take into. Done that check, it will then spike. Amen. USD JPY. USD JPY. Interesting. Hope you guys are clear on gold. If you're clear on gold, can I hear you say, yeah, yeah? All right, guys, listen. Listen, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. All right? What I mean on gold, as far as gold is concerned, all right, as far as gold is concerned, we have a bullish sentiment, all right, because we expect price to come into either of these two zones at the top here. And there's no way for price to get here if it doesn't come up first. All right. Sorry about that. Crazy, crazy. All right. Are you guys with me, please? Let me know if we're still together. I need to explain what's going on gold. All right, I really need to explain what's going on gold. So please let me know what's if you're still with me. All right, beautiful. Apologies about that. To be very honest, like I told you guys, I really wish I could do something about this whole internet situation, but uh, government is the government. All right. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. But remember what we said is that we're expecting either a double break of structure so that price can retest this low as a demand zone, all right, and we can buy from there. Or price could also sweep this low as an inducement, come all the way down here, all right, and then we would get a bounce. But all the same, the initial sentiment right now is bullish. All right, the initial sentiment is bullish. And the reason why we are bullish is because there's a target that we have from the daily time frame all the way up top, all right, that we expect price to get to. You guys remember that? All right, so that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're trusting God for at the moment. Because, like I said, the character of the markets for the past 1 or 2 weeks has been really, really descriptive of bad behavior. Very terrible, very bad behavior. All right. So that is that for gold. You can see that gold is moving, all right, bullish. But please remember patience, all right. Get your own clear entry criteria first before opening on that buy. All right, up next, we're going to talk about USD JPY. And you can see USD JPY from NFP Friday already gave us about 100 and no 1,336 pips. All right, but nonetheless, we're going to now look at, all right, this is where price has gotten to, but what does price have for us now? So daily time frame, we go to the line chart. Yes, this looks like a clear pivot. Yes, that looks like a very clear pivot. All right, so we'll come to the 4 hours time frame candlestick chart. And you can see that that was the exact point that price touched. All right, because there's a demand zone here. Hold on. So what am I waiting for before I buy USD JPY? Trust me, my sentiment on USD JPY is bullish. All right. But there's a difference between sentiment and entry. All right. There's a clear difference between your sentiment and your entry. All right. So that's why for what we're going to be doing, all right, is it out of two things. Jerry Andrew, I never talk about resistance. What do you want me to say about resistance? What do you want me to say about resistance, please? And please don't say you want me to tell you what a resistance is. You'll definitely be breaking my heart. All right, so breaking down the price action on the 4 hours time frame, you'd realize that we have an SBR pattern here. All right, our sweep, the break, all right, and then the retest. There's a demand zone here too, but just in case that demand zone never holds, all right, just in case. All right, good. So if that support area does not hold, all right, we can get to see UJ step a bit lower, all right, so that it can enter into this demand zone, and then we can get that much needed bounce. But altogether, the overall sentiment here in this scenario is bullish. Somebody say boo, bullish. Is that clear enough? Let me borrow an accent from our, from our brothers up north. That's clear, innit? If you didn't it, then I can't help you, bro. Is that clear? Is that good? So that we can take the last commodity for the day and say our goodbye. All right, Yusuf Humphrey, noted. But please do let me know if the explanation on USD JPY has been clear enough. Okay, Abraham Nelson is saying, what's the meaning of sentiment? Sentiment is an English word that describes what somebody's expectations are or what somebody suspects. All right, more like your suspicion. So if I say, oh, you're talking with sentiments, all right, it means that I already have a preconceived notion. You understand now? A preconceived notion, a preconceived ideology. So looking at what price is doing on UJ now, if I say my sentiment is bullish, I'm simply saying I have a preconceived expectation of a bullish price action. So it is that suspicion that I will now come to the lower time frames to justify. All right. So what I do on the lower time frame is to juxtapose what is going on the lower time frame by carefully exacerbating any kind of minimalistic price action on that lower time frame. All right. And then I can spread it out to the covering of the higher time frame to bring me a jurisprudence of what exactly price desires to do. And I hope with these few words of mine, I've been able to totally confuse you about what sentiment really is. Yes, Mr. Sonda. I just wanted to show you that my school fees was paid completely. I didn't know when I finished school. Hope you guys are having fun. Forex is act breaking enough. If you still come here and you don't have fun, bro, I don't know how to help you, man. The only time some people say my helper is when they open the MT5. But it's understandable. It's understandable. Jerry Andrew, a sentiment is a sentiment now. It's English, all right? You can just check it in a dictionary. You can just check it in a dictionary. It's just English. No verse, no verse, no verse. Apologies about the show off. All right. Yusuf Humphrey, let's quickly take a look at your Request AUD CHF. Oh Lord God of Zerubbabel. Interesting. AUD CHF. Ah, my brother that wants me to analyze AUD CHF. This one you've given me is more than an assignment to. AUD CHF, I think, should be bearish. All right. We have a trend line resistance. We have the 50-day, 50 period moving average on the 4 hours time frame. We have the supply zone here. All right, and that supply zone aligns with the 76% of the Fibonacci retracement, meaning that from here now, AUD CHF might go a bit bullish, come into the supply zone, take out the inducement from here. All right, take out this inducement, step into the supply zone, and then do what? Drop. Yes, Mega Victor. That's what we are waiting for. Change of character on the lower time frame. AUD CHF, can you see the supply zone, the trend line resistance, the moving average resistance, all of them coming together with the Fibonacci retracement level to say this thing, you shall never go up. All right. So what we're waiting for is either if you have the capital, all right, and you like to risky things, all right, to risk it all, you can risk a buy. But my general sentiment is for a continuation of the downtrend, which is a sell. All right. So I expect the UDCHF to continue selling. All right. But in the meantime, it might retrace bullish a bit to gather some strength. All right. Take out some buyers and then continue bearish. Are we clear, guys? Yusuf, please let me know if the AUDCHF is clear enough. All right. I'm simply just waiting for Yusuf's feedback. Once he gives a good feedback, then we're good to go. Please, before you leave, don't forget the link to create your FBS account. All right, it's currently in the description and in the chat box. And at the same time, the link to our Telegram channel where we drop all kinds of trading signals, um, trading resources, trading materials for your study. That Telegram link is really important. You can join us on Telegram. All right. And also, finally, don't forget, all right, that every Monday we gather together like this on a session where we review the markets, the price action from what the market has been doing, and at the same time, we formulate our sentiments for the trading week. All right. So, for those of you who probably, you're lost, you don't know what you're doing, and you're trying to get on track, all right, this can prove absolutely valuable to your trading journey to help you become a lot more profitable. All right. So, having said this and a lot more, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for joining me on today's live stream. As you know, the name of this young black man remains Adetola Freeman, and it's been an absolute pleasure hosting you guys on this roller coaster ride due to the federal government's inability to provide us consistent and stable internet connection. All right, but thank you so much, guys, and God bless you. See you again next week. Bye bye.